We're back. In a bit, I'm going to chat with the experts about this week's games, but first, let's check out what happened at the Marble Falls Vista Ridge game in our Kick for Wheels contest. Last week, the fans were out and ready for the big kick. From all the entries, we chose Mike Norton. He stepped onto the field, prepared himself, and oh no, he doesn't even get the ball into the air. Another valiant effort from Mike Norton. We're taking a bye the next 2 weeks, but we will be back October 15th for the Marble Falls Cedar Park High and San Antonio Lutheran Faith Academy games. Remember to go to thepicayunetv.com to sign up, where you can also find the latest schedule for Burnett, Marble Falls, and Faith Academy football games, and you can also find our Kick for Wheels contest schedule. And don't forget to go out and support your favorite teams, because remember, if you don't do that, then you can't participate in our Kick for Wheels contest. So remember to get out and cheer for your favorite team. Up next, I talk more football with the experts.
Don't want a chance winning an F-150 and Kick for Wheels? Then head over to Johnson Sewell Ford Lincoln to get your own today. Get up to $5,500 cash back or 0% APR financing. Johnson Sewell Ford Lincoln, Highway 281, Marble Falls.
Prescriptions are an important part of healthy living, so you should be taking them to someone you trust. At Atkins Pharmacy, we're locally owned and family operated, and we are committed to keeping our community happy and healthy. We accept all insurance for the same copay, and now with 2 Marble Falls locations, you get all the convenience of the large chain stores, but with fast, personal service, no waiting, no lines, no hassles. Atkins Pharmacy, keeping our community healthy, one prescription at a time. Chiropractic Family Care is the home of the gentle chiropractic care. Dr. Connie Laveau is certified both sports and board certified, and with 24 years of experience, she provides her patients with the best possible care. Chiropractic Family Care.
Thanks for staying with us. Now guys, let's talk about this week's games. We're going to start with Faith Academy. They have their district opener against Kerrville, Our Lady of the Hills. Our Lady is picked to finish second in district behind Boulevardy Bracken, and then of course Faith is picked to finish third. What I like about Faith Academy and Coach Russ Roberts in his first year with the Flames is that they have a tremendous running game with Dylan Robichaud, who put up 3 touchdowns last week against Lagos Prep. Though we may not know a whole lot about 6-man football, we can at least agree on this. The key to any football game, it seems, is their ability to run the ball.
Yeah, right.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah,
absolutely. Just check Texas out. Actually, that's an ability not, or lack of ability to run the ball. Is that embarrassing or what?
Fortunately, this is a show about high school football.
Okay.
We don't get to talk, or we don't have to talk about the
Yeah, I know very little this year about Faith. Was able to watch them a couple of times last year. Have met their new coach, incredible man, and know his background with running the football. And man, I think they may do very well this week. I would pick Faith in that one. I think they're going to get after them pretty good.
Well, you know, and that's a good point, because he coached against Bob when Steven, your son, who's with the Cowboys now, was the
He knows how to run football. I promise you that.
Absolutely.
right.
Billy?
Yeah, I'd like to see Faith on a roll. I hark back to the days when they first started and they were a good running team on the second year on, and that's just a solid basis for a team.
Right.
They 6-man teams don't often have that great of passing as far as that goes. So if you can get the basics down, at least you can compete.
You bet. Okay. Now, Marble is taking on Rouse, a Rouse team that seems to still be finding its identity, a team that looks like it wants to spread the ball out and then run from their spread formations. Judge, is this a good time to catch a Rouse team that has yet to win a game?
I hope it's a good time to catch them. You know, it's the second half of the season. I can't believe that we've already gone through 5 football games. But this game Friday night, our margin for error is just non-existent now. There are certain games now that we have to win, or it's about over. And so I'm thinking we'll be ready Friday night. We actually played really well last Friday night. Vista Ridge is a good football team. They're 5-0, 21-20. You know, it was a great game. If you could take away the pain of losing a close ball game, it was a great game to watch. But there are factors left that we have to deal with, and losing that game is one of the factors.
Well, among those is their ability to play 48 minutes. And the players know that. They feel that they have yet to play a full 48 minutes in one game. Even in the wins, they felt like they haven't put together 48 good minutes. Now, Billy, what is the message that you, with this team, knowing that there's this much margin for error, what's the message this week? What should the players be concentrating on?
Well, they really should forget that the margin is like that. They need to play. You can't be thinking and playing. It's an intuitive game. What I've seen of Rouse and what I've seen on film, they're a spread team, and it's been a while since Marble Falls encountered that. That plays to their strength, and they should be able to break out pretty good on this, I think. And I think they need the charge of doing that, of running that offense as they have, and being able to put together the elements of both defense and offense, which is something they've been, if and are, but never both, continuously both halves.
Coach, I don't know if you...
Yeah, you know, Jennifer, I think that Marble Falls is, they're one of those teams that is maturing later in the year. And sometimes we don't like that because we don't like to lose those close ones. I know that is. But, you know, I just see them as a team that is going to really come together. They got the pieces there, got a great offensive line, got a good running game, got a good quarterback, got good receivers. Defense, you know, it seems like in spots has each week been getting better. And I don't know, I feel like this is definitely a win week for them, and they're fixing to get it going. I know there's some good ball clubs in that 4A district, okay? I know there are. But I believe with all my heart that Marble's going to get this thing rolling. They're going to be on the roll, and this week get some confidence and make a move.
I'm going to put you on the spot as a coach. I don't know if you've ever experienced 3-game losing streaks or not when you were coaching. Is this a scary time or a dangerous time for a coach?
A lot longer than 3, okay? And it is, you know, no one enjoys it. But the truth is, when we lose, there's a tendency that we're either going to grow up and get better or we're not. And I you know, the heart of these kids, and you know, y'all have enough, I guess I would say, mature kids on that ball club to know what it takes to win. And I just think it's going to happen. I have a lot of confidence in them. I think they're going to do well.
I expect that Coach Warner would like for me to pick Rouse. I haven't picked a winner in a good little while, and he'd probably like for me to pick Rouse, but the Mustangs are going to win by 20.
Well, and I'm hoping you're right. The key to me is going to be the ability to run the ball. Rouse has given up lots of yards, more than 300 yards to several of their opponents, 479 to Liberty Hill, 312 to Hendrickson, 338 to Lampasas in losses. So it'll be interesting to see if Marble Falls can really establish an identity and decide who we're going to be. At some point, we have to decide who we're going to be. And David Morgan, great receiver. So many weapons in that passing game, and it's very, very tempting. But I'm hoping at some point we decide who we are.
I can tell you who we're going to be. We're going to be the 4th qualifier for the playoffs out of this district. That's who we're going to be.
Meaning Marble's going to win all 3 road games then, including a heart stopper in Dripping Springs.
Exactamundo, you nailed it.
And you know it will be a heart stopper.
Yes.
Every time Dripping Springs and Marble Falls play each other, it's like that.
I love heart stoppers as long as it's not mine.
Burnett and Llano taking buys this week in preparation for both teams' district openers the following week. Burnett at Lampasas. A lot of people believe that game will probably determine, or have the winner of that game will have the inside track to winning the district crown. Llano will host Taylor. You know, it just seems like same old, Coach, for the Bulldogs. They open with the loss and then now reel off 4 straight.
You know, a lot of credit to Doyle Walker. I mean, not just because he's a good friend of mine, but he's done a really great job.
Absolutely.
You know, we lost so many kids last year. He's got inexperience. We're undersized offensively and defensively. But man, the kids get after it. Lost that first game to Giddings, and Giddings at that time, of course, you know, picked the top 10 in the state, and they have some very, very good athletes. Okay, and it seemed like we were kind of off course there in the first half. Finally got some things going, but since then, man, the kids have played, very well. And I mean, whenever you just, we lost a Chafin kid, and this year made that transition with a kid that had never started on a varsity game at quarterback, and that in itself is a big adjustment for the Cosby kid. But man, they're so much fun to watch. Last week against Gatesville, that's a good ball club, and I don't know how good they'll go. They're definitely a playoff 3A team, I know that, but I thought their athletes were superior. I mean, they had 3 or 4 guys that were really good athletes, but defensively they found a way to contain those kids and keep them in check, and so it's been fun. Lampasas, we all know that coming down from 4A, 3A, a lot of hope, and got some good kids coming back. But Burnett in Lampasas in a week be a great game.
I'm sure you hear this all the time. Because I always ask every new Burnett quarterback, do you feel the pressure, that long shadow of Stephen McGee, and trying to, because every kid who has that spot, just like every receiver or slot receiver split in who has that spot, they all want to be Stephen and Jordan. They want to experience the kind of success that those players have experienced and have really redefined that tradition. I'm sure you hear that a lot. And
no, I don't think that's a problem for those kids. I mean, guys, they appreciate Steve and he appreciates them, and they spend a little time in the summers together, which is wonderful. And different day, different time, and boy, these kids got a lot more to think about than worrying about those old days. So they're Cosby kid's done a really good job.
And fortunately for Weston, he is confident enough, because I think you have to be confident to be the quarterback anyway of any team. But he's confident enough to feel like he can at least follow in some of those footsteps with Dylan and Steven and Stiffelmeyer.
Yeah.
Colin was also a great quarterback right after Steven. Okay.
It's going to be interesting. Don't forget Liberty Hill. Not bad. So I know they're different, but Coach over there has done a great job. So it'll be interesting.
The problem I have is at the Lampasas Burnett game is, what color shirt am I going to
You'll
wear?
be in green.
Coach McGee says green. Yeah, I remind him, however, that I graduated from Lampasas High School, so I may have to get a green one on this side and a blue one on this side.
Well, I was going to say, I didn't know you owned any green. That's
may have to buy. I have to buy one.
Yeah, I think you need to think about who paid your last salary. Okay, it was at Burnett County, and that was not blue. That was green. There was some purple involved in that. I understand.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like this.
but don't forget, you need to remember that.
I may sit with Coach McGee at the Lampasas Burnett game. I'm predicting Burnett will win the ball game, but I have to have a little loyalty to Lampasas. I'll see who breaks ahead, and then I'll decide who I'm rooting for.
And of course, again, we do just want to make sure y'all know not to get there this week. This week is a bye, and the following week is when that game opens.
Thanks for reminding us.
But that's a big game. Llano also is going to be hosting Taylor October 8th. That's a big game for them. I'm hoping that Llano continues to find its identity a little more. They tried to do a lot more spread, then they're still trying to run the ball some. It's good to see that they put that loss to Brownwood behind them and came back with a 42-21 win. But at one point that game against Frenchburg was a 14-14 game. Yeah. And that was sometime around halftime. So it'll be interesting to see what wrinkles Coach Yeager puts into his game plan. Y'all know that he's also the offensive line coach. So, and he does that by design. I don't know how many offensive coordinators are also the offensive line coach. But that's where his heart is and that kind of stuff. So, okay, well, gentlemen, thank you for your insight. We look forward to seeing what the games look like this week, and then invite you guys back next week. But before you go anywhere, we do want to make mention of the fact that we did have one fan who was trying to stump the experts, and we'll have that right after this.
replacing or building a new fence? Look to the most respected company in Central Texas, Hill Country Fence. Whatever your fencing needs, we strive to make you happy. Go online now and get a quote quickly and easily. Hill Country Fence, the most trusted name in fencing.
Are your investments driven by factors outside of your control? Do you have access to your money when you need it? Visit itsyourmoneyonline.com to learn how to keep thousands of your dollars from going down the drain. It's your money. Take control.